Hello, my crafty friends. It's Debbie from Dior Designs. I wanted to do something quickly today for you. One of our members in our group, Decoupage, Shell Art, and Coastal Crafts, it's a group that we have on Facebook. She had asked me if I would show her how to use rice paper. So I'm going to do that now. One of the things that I like to do when I'm decoupaging on a shell, this isn't too deep. Sometimes when we have the deeper shells, it's difficult to use any kind of paper because when we put it in, it wrinkles, you know. But this isn't too deep, so we'll be able to do that. I do like to use the water method as much as possible. Let me show you what I mean. I'd like to use one of these roses, and I'm trying to figure out which one would look the best. This is a beautiful one. I might try to fit that on. I might be able to fit that on. I know this one, this one's a little darker, and it actually would, this one is actually going to fit better. I just finished a video all about sizing of shells and what's best and what's, what you should be using. And when you've got a real deep shell, you want to make sure that you don't just plop an entire napkin on there. You've got to do the water method, because if you do, you're going to end up with a lot of wrinkles and be frustrated. So let's just do this. Just going to use my water pen. You could use a brush with water. Very easy. You just want to avoid any kind of straight edge. So even if it's on the end of the paper, you want to make sure that you rough it up, okay? There we go. Just like that. We're going to pull it off. It's up nice and easy. And rice paper, the only difference is you've got some fibers in here. I'm going to try to take a little bit more off. And I've already primed my shell. I use Wise Owl stain eliminating primer. It works really well. I know sometimes people are using paints to prime with, and it's just not the same. You need several coats when you do that. Just try to get a little closer to the image here. If you get a minute while you're here with me, subscribe to my channel, because I do a lot of videos to help people. Whether you're a newbie or you've been doing it a while, can always gain a little extra inspiration by watching someone's tutorial. So look at that. I think it's going to sit perfectly in there. I really do. It's going to be so adorable. All right, so here we go. We're going to decoupage right now using Mod Podge. I keep it in a bottle. It's just a lot easier to distribute. Here's a tip. You do not want to have too much Mod Podge. If you have too much Mod Podge and it's oozing everywhere, you want to make sure that you take it off, okay? It's not going to do you any good to leave too much on. You just want to make sure that you've covered your shell completely, and that's it, okay? I always keep my brushes in water immediately after using decoupage, because it is a glue. You can make your own Mod Podge at home with white glue, which is like an Elmer's glue, a white school glue, and some water. There's a recipe to make it. I do it with my students all the time. They just love making their own Mod Podge. They're so excited, and they take it home to mom and dad, and I'm sure mom and dad are very excited with me for sending it home. Anyhow, I like to leave a little time before I place my paper on. Want to make sure it's not too wet, because now getting a little tacky is going to work to your favor. All right, so we want to just say, where did we have this little piece? I think it was just like this, right? There we go. Drop it in. I'll tap it down with the same brush. There we go, tap it right in there. The glue is grabbing the rice paper, and it's sticking perfectly. No wrinkles. Now I can choose to add some more Mod Podge in through here and tack that down, which I think I will do. It's a little teeny bit over the edge, but I think it looks good. I'm going to be edging my entire shell anyhow. So if I need to, I might go right over it. And I'll put a little extra right here. And pull that out. Now, if you can be gentle, you can coat it right away. Now you notice again, I am not using too much. I can always add. So let's just go very gently over the entire image. Just want to make sure that you completely seal that rice paper. Now you can just let it dry naturally, or you can use your heat tool or hair dryer. Both of them work great. Usually when your paper is wet, the napkins get very, very thin. Rice paper doesn't get as thin. But it's got fibers, so when it gets wet, it is a little expanding, and when it's drying, it is contracting. So if you have a wrinkle, most of the time, that wrinkle will, as it shrinks, as the paper shrinks a little bit, it evens it out and it flattens it out. So that's all you do. Very simple. It's just like doing a napkin. It's just like doing decoupage paper. Rice paper is just a little teeny bit heavier and sturdier and easier to use. All right, so now the next thing that I'm going to do is edge it. It's kind of hot. Wow, it's a little warm from that heat tool. Anyhow, that's all there is to it. Rice paper is very similar. I've got some more rice paper here. It's just a little heavier. I made these yesterday. It's just a little stronger. So I hope you enjoyed that. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye for now.